Imagine waking up each day unshaken. No harsh word, no toxic energy can steal your calm. What if your peace wasn't fragile but fierce? What if the power to protect your mind and soul was already inside you, waiting to be claimed? Today, we begin a journey to unlock that power, the secret to standing strong amid chaos. Ready to discover how silence can speak louder than words? How walking away can be your greatest victory? Stay with me, because what comes next will change the way you control your life forever. There is a quiet war raging in the corners of our minds, the battle to protect our peace against the subtle, sometimes invisible force of toxicity. Toxicity is not always loud or obvious. It doesn't always come wrapped in insults or overt hostility. Often, it arrives disguised as familiarity, as friendship, as love. But make no mistake, toxic energy is a drain on your soul, a thief of your clarity, a destroyer of your calm. Before you can protect your peace, you must learn to recognize toxicity in all its forms. Toxicity is a poison to your mental sanctuary, and it often creeps in unnoticed, through manipulative words, controlling behaviors, passive-aggressive actions, or the endless cycles of blame and guilt. It's the person who twists your words, the friend who only calls when they need something, the colleague who sows doubt and drama in every conversation. To recognize toxicity, you must first listen deeply to your inner voice. That voice that tightens your chest, that makes your mind race, that steals your sleep. Toxicity does not just hurt your feelings, it sabotages your well-being. It makes you question your worth, your choices, your very identity. If you find yourself drained after interactions, second-guessing your feelings, or trapped in emotional turmoil more often than peace, alarm bells should ring. These are signals from your soul demanding you to pay attention. But here's the truth you need to hear. You are not responsible for healing every toxic person. You are not required to sacrifice your peace on the altar of their chaos. Boundaries aren't walls of isolation. They are shields of self-respect. They declare to the world, and more importantly to yourself, that your peace is sacred and non-negotiable. Protecting your peace begins with the power to say, no. No to the conversations that lead nowhere but down spirals of negativity. No to the relationships that consume your energy without offering growth or joy in return. No to the guilt trips, the manipulations, the endless justifications. Saying no is not rejection. It is radical self-love. It is reclaiming your power from those who would diminish it. Imagine your mind as a fortress. Toxic influences are the invaders trying to breach your walls, planting seeds of doubt and chaos. Your boundaries are the gates, and only those who respect your worth and contribute to your growth deserve entry. The rest? They must remain outside. This requires fierce discernment and unwavering courage because toxic people are masters at guilt and persuasion. They will test your limits, push your buttons, and whisper promises of change. But true power lies in your refusal to entertain the noise. Forgiveness is a tool of liberation, not invitation. Forgive quietly to release the hold toxicity has on your heart, but do not reopen the doors you have closed. The strongest statement you can make isn't through confrontation, but through your absence. Your silence speaks volumes. It shouts, I am done being your captive. This is not about becoming cold or detached. It's about becoming clear and centered. Toxicity thrives on chaos and reaction. When you stop reacting, when you respond with calm and choose peace over drama, you become untouchable. The storms rage around you, but inside, you remain steady. Your peace becomes your power. Recognizing toxicity is only the first step. Protecting your peace is the daily discipline that follows. It is a practice of mindfulness and self-awareness, checking in with yourself, honoring your emotions without being ruled by them. It means choosing environments, people, and habits that nourish your soul. It means investing your time and energy where it matters, where respect and love are mutual. As you cultivate this armor of peace, you begin to see clearly the difference between those who seek your well-being and those who only seek to use you. This clarity is your compass. It guides you away from toxic entanglements and toward relationships that uplift and inspire. It sharpens your focus so you no longer waste your life's energy on battles not worth fighting. The path ahead will demand resilience. Toxicity is persistent. It will knock on your door again and again, disguised in new forms, hoping to find cracks in your resolve. But with each boundary you enforce, with each moment of calm you choose, your fortress grows stronger. Your peace becomes not just a shield but a beacon, a signal to the world that you are no longer available for anything less than respect and harmony. Next, we will explore how mastering your inner dialogue, the powerful conversations you have with yourself, can deepen this peace and fortify your resilience. Because true protection of your peace begins within. The mind is the battleground, and your thoughts are your strongest allies or fiercest enemies. How you speak to yourself shapes your reality. Stay with me, because mastering your inner world is the ultimate key to freedom. To stand unshaken in the face of toxicity, you must first master the voice inside. The journey continues. In the chaotic noise of life, there is a timeless truth that stands firm: the power to control what you can. This is the essence of the Stoic mindset, a mindset forged in the fires of adversity and refined by centuries of wisdom. It's not about controlling the world around you, because that world is unpredictable, uncontrollable, often harsh. Instead, it's about mastering the realm within, your thoughts, your reactions, your choices. Before we dive deeper, take a moment to feel this. How much of your mental energy is wasted trying to change things outside your control? How often have you been consumed by frustration, anger, or anxiety over circumstances you couldn't influence? The Stoics teach us that this is a trap, a source of unnecessary suffering. The real freedom lies in shifting your focus inward. Control what you can. That simple phrase is revolutionary. It is the key to peace in a world designed to steal it from you. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This choice is the foundation of resilience, the cornerstone of emotional strength, and the pathway to lasting peace. Your mind is the command center of your life. It's the place where external events meet internal interpretation. Two people can face the same challenge, yet their experiences will differ wildly based on how they perceive and respond. The external storm is the same, but one stands rooted, while the other is swept away. This difference is mindset, the invisible force that shapes reality. To adopt the Stoic mindset is to reclaim your sovereignty. It's an unshakable commitment to own your thoughts and emotions rather than be owned by them. This mindset is built on a profound understanding that the only true control you have is over yourself. Your beliefs, your judgments, your responses, these are your domain, your fortress. But this control is not about rigidity or denial of emotions. It's about awareness and choice. It's about seeing your emotions as signals, not commands. When anger rises, the Stoic doesn't let it rule. They observe, understand, and decide the best course. When fear knocks, they don't hide but face it with courage and reason. This is mastery, not suppression. The world will throw challenges, betrayal, loss, disappointment. These are inevitable, but your power lies in how you meet them. Do you allow them to fracture your peace, or do you bend, absorb, and stand firm? The Stoic path teaches that true control comes from discipline, the discipline to pause, to reflect, to choose rather than react. Imagine your mind as a captain steering a ship. The seas will be rough, storms will rage, but the captain's control over the wheel is absolute. You cannot calm the sea, but you can steer your course. The Stoic mindset is that captain's grip, steady, deliberate, unyielding. Developing this mindset begins with radical self-honesty. You must confront the uncomfortable truth that much suffering arises not from events themselves, but from your judgments about them. Change your judgment, and the suffering diminishes. This is not wishful thinking. It's practiced through daily reflection, meditation, and the conscious retraining of thought patterns. It's crucial to distinguish between what you control and what you don't. This distinction is the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. You control your effort, your integrity, your attitude. You do not control other people's opinions, the weather, or the economy. Focusing energy on what you cannot control is like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands, exhausting and fruitless. By accepting what is outside your control, you free yourself from the chains of frustration. This acceptance is not resignation, it's empowerment. It's the clear-eyed acknowledgement of reality coupled with the fierce determination to act where you can make a difference, in your character, your decisions, your actions. This mindset revolutionizes how you face adversity. Instead of being a victim of circumstances, you become a warrior of choice. When confronted with obstacles, the Stoic asks, "What is within my power here?" They channel energy into solutions, into growth, into inner strength. This focus transforms problems into opportunities, setbacks into lessons. To live with this mindset means cultivating emotional resilience. It means practicing the art of detachment without disengagement. Detachment here is not indifference but clarity, the ability to see things as they are without letting them cloud your judgment or steal your peace. This clarity allows you to respond effectively rather than react impulsively. Your thoughts are the architects of your emotions and actions. Training your mind to recognize destructive patterns, catastrophizing, blaming, or dwelling on negativity, is essential. Replace these with thoughts of acceptance, gratitude, and proactive resolve. This mental reconditioning is a daily practice, requiring patience and persistence. The Stoic mindset also teaches the power of perspective. Life is fleeting, unpredictable, and often unfair. Yet, in this transient existence lies the opportunity for profound meaning. By controlling your mindset, you choose how to interpret life's events. You can see hardship as punishment or as training grounds for greatness. The choice is yours. This way of thinking is not theoretical, it's intensely practical. It empowers you to face criticism without losing confidence, to endure failure without despair, and to embrace change without fear. It strengthens relationships by reducing unnecessary conflict and increasing empathy because you understand that others, too, struggle to control their inner worlds. Moreover, controlling what you can means focusing on the present moment. The past is beyond your reach, the future uncertain, but the present, your thoughts, your actions, is your domain. This focus grounds you, reduces anxiety, and enhances your effectiveness. It allows you to live deliberately, fully, without the weight of regrets or worries. As you embody this mindset, you will notice a profound shift in your energy. You become less reactive, more composed. Challenges lose their grip on your spirit. Your peace deepens not because life is easier, but because your mastery over yourself grows stronger. This mastery is not about perfection. It is about commitment to return to your center whenever life pulls you away. It's about understanding that setbacks are not failures, but signals to adjust your course. It's about being gentle with yourself while holding firm to your values. This mindset opens the door to freedom from the tyranny of external chaos and internal turmoil. It is the foundation on which lasting peace is built. But this is only the beginning. As you strengthen control over your inner world, you prepare for the next crucial step, mastering emotional resilience, the ability to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs without losing yourself. So as you walk this path, remember, control what you can, accept what you cannot, and watch as your life transforms from a stormy sea into a steady voyage. The power lies within, waiting for you to claim it. Next, we will explore how mastering your emotions, not suppressing them but harnessing their power, leads to unshakable resilience. Because true strength is born not just from control, but from emotional mastery. Stay with me, because this journey is your awakening. Setting boundaries without apology is a powerful act of self-respect, clarity, and liberation. It is the foundation of a life lived on your own terms, where your peace is guarded fiercely and your energy directed wisely. For many, boundaries feel uncomfortable, even selfish. We are conditioned to apologize for saying no, for putting ourselves first, for protecting our time, emotions, and well-being. But today we reclaim the truth. Setting boundaries is not a favor to others, it is an uncompromising commitment to yourself. Think about it. How often have you felt drained, overwhelmed, or resentful because you gave too much, said yes when you meant no, or allowed others to overstep? That exhaustion, that silent frustration, is your soul's call for boundaries. Boundaries are not barriers built out of fear or anger. They are gates of wisdom, carefully placed to protect your inner world while still allowing genuine connection. The Stoic mindset, which we explored earlier, teaches us the art of controlling what we can, our responses, our energy, our attention. Setting boundaries is a natural extension of this mastery. It is saying, I control what I allow in. It is owning your right to define your limits, not negotiating your peace for the comfort of others. And importantly, it means doing so without apology, without guilt, and without endless explanations. Why is apology so often attached to boundary setting? Because society has taught us to value compliance over authenticity, people-pleasing over self-care. Saying no feels like rejection, and rejection triggers guilt. But what if you reframed boundaries as acts of courage, not confrontation? What if you saw your limits as clear declarations of your worth, not as offenses to others? When you set a boundary without apology, you send a message, not just to others but to yourself, that your time, energy, and well-being matter. You affirm that your peace is non-negotiable. This is not arrogance, it is sovereignty. You do not need permission to protect your space. You do not owe explanations to those who would drain you or dismiss your needs. Imagine your life as a sacred garden. Boundaries are the fences that keep out the weeds, those behaviors, demands, and energies that suffocate your growth. Without fences, your garden becomes overrun, and the beauty within is lost. Setting boundaries is not about isolation, but about cultivating a fertile environment where you and your relationships can flourish. To set boundaries effectively, clarity is essential. Know your limits, what you will and will not tolerate emotionally, mentally, and physically. Reflect on what drains you, what triggers stress or resentment. When you understand these limits, you can communicate them firmly and kindly. I cannot take on extra work this week, or I need time to myself after work, are examples of clear boundaries. They do not require justification or apology. And when others react with resistance, discomfort, or even anger, remember this is about their discomfort, not your failure. People may test your boundaries, push against them, or try to guilt you into compliance. This is natural. Your responsibility is to hold steady, not to explain endlessly or retreat out of fear. Boundaries are acts of protection, not punishment. Holding boundaries also means learning to say no with confidence. No is a complete sentence. It needs no qualifiers. No, I won't. No, that doesn't work for me. No, I'm prioritizing my health. Practice this. The more you say no without apology, the stronger your sense of self becomes. You model respect for yourself, and others learn to respect your limits. It is also important to recognize that boundaries evolve. What felt okay last year may not serve you now. Life changes, and so do your needs. Setting boundaries without apology means honoring this evolution without guilt. It means giving yourself permission to grow, change, and realign with your true self at every stage. Setting boundaries without apology empowers you to guard your peace against toxic dynamics we discussed earlier, the manipulative, draining, or disrespectful energies that seek entry. It is your shield and your voice. It allows you to engage with the world from a place of strength rather than survival. You no longer give away your power through over-explaining or seeking approval. This power of unapologetic boundaries also reshapes your relationships. It filters out those who do not honor your peace and draws in those who value mutual respect. Relationships become healthier, deeper, and more authentic because they are built on a foundation of clear limits and honest communication. As you cultivate this practice, you'll notice something remarkable. Your energy expands. You have more to give to what truly matters. You stop burning out on meaningless obligations or toxic people. Your focus sharpens, your confidence grows, and your inner calm deepens. You become the architect of your life, not a victim of others' demands. But this journey requires courage and commitment. Setting boundaries without apology challenges old beliefs and social conditioning. It means facing discomfort, sometimes in others, sometimes in yourself. It means stepping into your sovereignty and choosing yourself daily, even when it's hard. Remember, you are not responsible for others' feelings or reactions. You are responsible for your well-being. Apologizing for your boundaries only weakens them. Stand firm, speak clearly, and hold your space with dignity. Your peace is your power. As you embrace this practice, prepare for the next step in this journey, mastering the art of silence and non-reaction. Because setting boundaries is powerful, but pairing it with composure and calm is transformative. In the world's noise and chaos, your ability to remain silent, steady, and unshaken will elevate your peace to unbreakable heights. So take this moment to commit, to honor your limits unapologetically, to protect your energy fiercely, and to live boldly in your truth. The freedom that comes from setting boundaries without apology is the freedom to be fully, unapologetically you. And that is the beginning of a life of true peace and strength. Silence and non-reaction, two of the most powerful tools you can wield in a world obsessed with noise, drama, and immediate response. Imagine the strength it takes to choose stillness when chaos beckons, to remain unmoved when provoked, to respond not with fire but with calm. This isn't weakness or avoidance. It is mastery. It is sovereignty over your own inner world. In a culture that values reaction, loudness, and instant gratification, silence is often misunderstood. It's mistaken for indifference, coldness, or even defeat. But the truth is far deeper. Silence, when chosen deliberately and paired with non-reaction, becomes a fortress, a space of unshakable peace and clarity. It's the power to refuse the bait, to deny the chaos its stage, and to keep your energy sacred. Think about how often you've been drawn into arguments, conflicts, or drama simply because you felt compelled to respond. Maybe you tried to defend yourself, prove a point, or explain a misunderstanding. Yet, what did those reactions cost you? Energy, peace, dignity? The cycle of reaction only fuels the fire, feeding into the very storm you wish to escape. The Stoics understood this deeply. They taught that not everything deserves your response, and that the highest form of power is not in dominating others, but in mastering yourself. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." When you cultivate the ability to remain silent, to pause instead of react, you shift control back to yourself. You stop being a puppet to others' provocations. Silence is a choice, a deliberate act of strength. It's the calm eye in the hurricane, the steady rock in the river's rapid current. When someone seeks to pull you into conflict, your refusal to engage unsettles them. Why? Because they rely on your reaction to validate their power. Without it, their game collapses. Non-reaction is not numbness. It's not suppressing emotion or pretending nothing matters. It's acknowledging the provocation, feeling the stir within, and choosing not to fuel it. It's the discipline to hold your ground internally, to keep your center even as the world rages around you. Imagine a moment when someone insults you or tries to provoke you. The instinct is to strike back, to defend your honor or vent your frustration. But in that instant, what if you paused? What if you chose silence instead? That pause is where your power is born. It's where you reclaim your peace and decide that you will not give away your control. This kind of silence sends a loud message, not through words, but through presence. It says, "I am not available for this drama." It communicates boundaries clearer than any argument ever could. The world may misunderstand it at first, but over time, they learn that you are not someone to be provoked easily. Your energy becomes sacred ground. Practicing silence and non-reaction requires training. It is easy to say, "I won't react," but harder to live it when emotions surge and pressure mounts. It calls for deep self-awareness, the ability to recognize your triggers and the courage to step back from them. Meditation, breath work, and mindfulness can cultivate this inner space where silence thrives. One of the most profound benefits of silence is the clarity it brings. When you react impulsively, your mind is clouded with emotion. But in silence, you gain perspective. You see the situation more clearly, understand the motives at play, and choose a response aligned with your values rather than your impulses. Silence also preserves your energy. Emotional reactions drain you. Silence conserves and replenishes. When you no longer waste energy on needless battles, you have more strength for what truly matters: your growth, your peace, your purpose. Non-reaction doesn't mean you allow injustice or mistreatment to continue unchecked. It means you respond with intention, not impulsivity. Sometimes the strongest reaction is no reaction at all, walking away without drama, refusing to give your opponent the satisfaction of a fight. This is where true dignity lies. In relationships, silence and non-reaction build respect. When others realize you won't be baited, they learn to engage with you on a higher level. Your calm presence can de-escalate conflict and foster understanding. You become a model of strength, inspiring others to seek peace rather than discord. Yet, silence can be lonely. Choosing not to react means standing apart from the noise, sometimes feeling isolated when others expect a response. But remember, your peace is not a popularity contest. It is a sacred sanctuary. Choosing silence is choosing to honor that sanctuary above external approval. As you build this power, you will notice a transformation. Situations that once shook you no longer hold sway. Provocations bounce off you like arrows on armor. You develop an inner fortress that no external storm can breach. This is the essence of true freedom, the freedom to remain yourself, unshaken and unbroken. This practice also leads naturally to the next step, the mastery of composure and presence. Silence and non-reaction prepare you to engage with life on your terms, with deliberate calm and clarity. They are the foundation of a life where your peace is not a fragile flame, but an unextinguishable fire. So embrace the power of silence. Make non-reaction your ally. In a world that demands noise, be the steady voice of calm. Your peace is your power, and in mastering silence, you reclaim that power fully. The journey continues, and the path ahead leads to an unshakable life, rooted in strength, resilience, and profound inner peace. Walking away is one of the most powerful, transformative acts you can commit to in your life. It's not just a physical motion, it's a declaration, a bold, unapologetic statement of self-respect and self-love. For too long, society has framed walking away as giving up, as weakness or failure. But nothing could be further from the truth. Walking away is courage. Walking away is wisdom. Walking away is reclaiming your power when everything inside you tells you to stay and fight battles that drain your spirit. Imagine the weight you carry when you cling to people, places, or situations that no longer serve you. Every second spent in toxic environments, every moment with draining relationships, and every day of sacrificing your peace for the sake of approval chips away at your very soul. Walking away shatters that cycle. It breaks the chains that hold you captive to old patterns and invites freedom. Freedom to rediscover yourself, your worth, and your path. The strongest among us are not those who endure endless suffering silently. The strongest are those who recognize their limits, honor their boundaries, and choose peace over chaos. Walking away is not about running from problems. It's about refusing to let problems define or destroy you. It is the ultimate act of self-love because it acknowledges that your well-being is not negotiable. You are not obligated to tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or emotional depletion. Your peace is sacred, and protecting it is your highest responsibility. When you walk away, you send a powerful message to yourself and the world that you will no longer be a victim of circumstances or people who don't value you. It's a radical act of reclaiming your narrative, taking control of your emotional space, and prioritizing your growth. Walking away doesn't erase the past, but it refuses to let the past dictate your future. It is choosing hope over despair, action over stagnation, and love for yourself over fear of loneliness. Many fear walking away because they associate it with loss, losing friendships, relationships, security, or the comfort of familiarity. But consider this: what you truly lose when you stay is your authenticity, your joy, and your power. Staying in situations that diminish you is a slow erosion of your spirit. Walking away, on the other hand, is a gateway to healing, clarity, and a new chapter where you can thrive without the weight of toxicity. It's natural to hesitate. Walking away means stepping into the unknown, facing discomfort, and confronting the fear of judgment, both from others and from within. But growth is never comfortable. It demands courage to step beyond the familiar and trust that something better awaits on the other side. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Millions have stood where you stand now, and every step taken away from what harms them has been a step toward their liberation. Self-love is not passive, it is fierce and demanding. It requires you to set non-negotiable boundaries and enforce them even when it's hard. Walking away is the ultimate boundary, a clear line drawn in the sand that says, I deserve respect. I deserve peace. I deserve better. And you owe that not just to others, but to yourself. No longer will you negotiate your worth for the comfort of familiarity or the fear of change. When you choose to walk away, you reclaim your time and energy, the two most precious resources you have. Energy wasted on toxic interactions, guilt, or trying to fix what is broken can now be redirected to building the life you deserve. Imagine the possibilities when your focus is no longer scattered by drama or negativity, but aligned with your true purpose and happiness. Walking away also models strength to those around you. It teaches others that you will not tolerate less than you deserve and encourages them to respect their own boundaries as well. It inspires a culture of self-respect and emotional intelligence, reminding everyone that love starts with oneself. This decision is deeply personal and often misunderstood by others. Some may label you as selfish or accuse you of giving up. Let those opinions fall away. You do not owe anyone an explanation for choosing peace. Your life, your happiness, and your peace are your responsibility alone. Walking away is not about others, it's about you. It's about nurturing your soul and protecting your light. As you walk away, allow yourself to grieve what's lost, but do not linger there. Healing is not linear, and it's okay to feel pain. But pain is temporary, your worth is eternal. Every step forward is a testament to your resilience and your commitment to a life lived on your own terms. Walking away is not the end. It is the beginning of a new chapter filled with possibility, growth, and authentic connection. It opens space for new relationships, new opportunities, and new joys that align with your true self. It invites you to rebuild your life from a place of strength, clarity, and freedom. In the grand arc of your life, walking away is the turning point. It is the moment you choose yourself over what no longer serves you. It is the ultimate act of self-love, demanding courage but offering profound reward. From here, the path forward is about building resilience, cultivating inner peace, and embracing your sovereignty. Walking away is the foundation of this journey, the necessary first step toward living fully and freely. Remember, you are worthy of a life that honors your peace and amplifies your joy. The power to create that life begins with the choice to walk away. And as you step forward carrying that power, you will find the strength to face whatever comes next, because you have already chosen the greatest love story of all, the love you give yourself. The journey continues, and with this choice, you are no longer held back. You are free to rise. Your peace is not just a feeling, it's the cornerstone of your entire existence. It is the bedrock upon which your strength, clarity, and power stand tall. To own your peace is to reclaim control over the most important territory you will ever govern, your inner world. In this chaotic, noisy world, where distractions swarm and toxic influences try to pull you under, holding on to your peace is an act of radical self-love and unstoppable power. Think about it. How often have you surrendered your calm to things or people that simply don't deserve it? How many moments of your life have been stolen by needless drama, worry, or emotional exhaustion? This is the time to take back what is rightfully yours. Peace is not something to be handed to you by others, nor is it a luxury reserved for the lucky few. Peace is a choice, a discipline, a fierce commitment to yourself and your well-being. Owning your peace means saying no, unapologetically and without hesitation, to anything or anyone that threatens to drain your energy or cloud your mind. It means setting boundaries so clearly and firmly that they become your shield, protecting your spirit from harm. These boundaries are not walls built out of fear or bitterness, but gates guarded by wisdom, clarity, and self-respect. When you enforce them, you communicate a powerful message: my peace is non-negotiable. But owning your peace goes deeper than simply shutting out toxicity. It's about mastering your reactions, mastering your thoughts, and mastering your emotional landscape. When challenges arise, when people try to provoke you, when life throws storms your way, your response becomes your power. You no longer give away your calm in exchange for momentary relief or validation. Instead, you stand firm, rooted like an ancient tree that bends without breaking. This mastery over your inner world is where true freedom lives. Freedom from the chains of reactive emotion, freedom from the constant need to explain yourself or prove your worth. It's the kind of power that doesn't scream or demand attention. It's quiet, steady, and unshakable. When you own your peace, you become a force that others can neither disturb nor manipulate. And here's the truth: when you protect your peace, your whole life changes. Your relationships improve because you no longer tolerate disrespect or imbalance. Your work flourishes because your mind is clear, focused, and resilient. Your dreams ignite because you are no longer held back by fear, doubt, or toxic distractions. You begin to live fully, not as a victim of circumstance, but as the architect of your own destiny. Remember, peace is not passive. It's an active daily practice. It requires courage to walk away from what no longer serves you, patience to sit with discomfort without reaction, and strength to choose calm over chaos again and again. It's the power of silence when others shout, the power of restraint when others provoke, and the power of presence when others drift away. As you move forward from this moment, carry this truth with you: your peace is your power. It is the most precious gift you can give yourself. Guard it fiercely, nourish it relentlessly, and never let anyone convince you that it's something you must sacrifice for others. Because in the end, owning your peace means owning your life, and there is nothing more powerful than that. So stand tall, breathe deep. Let your calm be your anthem and your strength. The world will test you, the noise will try to drown you, and challenges will come, but you will rise, rooted in peace, unbreakable, unstoppable. Own your peace, own your power, and watch as your life transforms into everything you were always meant to be.